7 to Mechatroid. Lord, you are in tune to the Big Homie What's Happening podcast show. Yes, sir. I am the one and only Big Homie Vino. Yes, sir. In conjunction with my partner with Nuff Said ENT, my brother, my homie, yes, sir. Was. Hey, look here. I'ma say a lot of things that you're not gonna like. I'm just trying to but trust me, it's alright, cause it's all 100. What's happening, world? I'm the nothing and only the Big Homie Vino. You are in tune to Big Homie What's Happening podcast show. I just want to just tell everybody thank you for everything, the positive outreach from a lot of people. Today, we're going to talk about faith. Faith is really important if you're trying to have balance in the system, which the system is the world that we live in. So in order for me to really get y'all to really get where I'm saying about faith, I'm going to dive into my shit, and I'm going to really tell you a personal story that I've never really told anyone. So I don't have to repeat myself. I'm just going to tell it to the world, and then y'all just get it from there. And then I'm going to show you something. And then after I show you something that some of y'all may have seen and some of y'all have not seen, then I'm going to break it all down to you. So, I have 8 beautiful children. I have 5 daughters and 3 sons. You may hear that and think like, well, damn, man, he got a lot of kids. But for me, honestly, we had a few struggling moments, but for the majority part of my life, there really was no struggle. There was a lot of good times with my family, with my kids, because the type of family I come from, we worked together. My grandfather and my grandmother believed in black wealth, so we believed in spending money with each other as far as in the family, because a lot of my family members, like my aunties and uncles, are all entrepreneurs. So me growing up as a child, it was just only natural for me to want to have my own business, do my own thing, but to go into what I'm talking about, I had custody of 3 of my children from my first wife for reasons that, it is what it is, and I'm not here to slander anyone that's not here to defend themselves. So I'm going to just leave it at that. I had custody of my 3 children. I took them on at an early age. Possibly I was maybe 23. Going forward, though, many years later, after my first Fed case, my youngest daughter, at the time, she was 16. And she revealed to me that she was pregnant. Now, my daughter, she was an excellent student. She went to Olympia High. Shout out to Olympia High School in Orlando. I had her in a dual enrollment program because she wanted to become a dentist. And I was very proud of her. She was the last one at the time in my household when this all was going on, of the 3. The other 2 have gotten older. They got their own place. They live in their own life. So it's just her. So my oldest daughter is not there to really be the mom to kind of see what's going on, which myself, I was ripping and running the streets. So that allowed a lot of free time, I would say, for her to do whatever she really wanted to do, because she never was out of pocket, far as I know, because I really wasn't there like that. But I was home at night, and she'd always be there. I check, she's there. Dishes always done. House always clean. Dinner, she got me dinner, sitting up, all that type of shit. So everything was on the up and up with us, That was my little confidence. So when she told me she was pregnant, I treated it like a business transaction. And so what I told her it was that, well, what we'll do is we'll I'll call the doctor and I'll get it set up and we're going to take care of it. And so at that moment, you know, me just thinking that naturally you're going to get an abortion. You're in a dual enrollment program. You're going to Valencia and you're going to Olympia at the same time. And then from there, you know, you want to go to University of Florida, the Gators, because they had one of the best dental programs, and they also had a dual enrollment program there. So we had a plan. So the baby coming in for me, and I was thinking for her, was just like, no, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. And so, you know, I was a disciplinary because I come from a military family, so I believe in chastising my children with the appropriate size belt against their rear end. So with that, where some of you have kids that be on some other shit, my kids wasn't on that. They might get on other shit when they in the streets, but in my household, I'm daddy, and that's just what it is. Ain't no raising your voice in my house or none of that shit. So when she stood up to me and she told me, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, what you mean you're not doing that? Like, what you mean? And she was like, no, daddy, I'm not killing my baby. And so from there, you know, of course, I got real ignorant. And I said some very horrible things to my daughter. And I called out her name. I referenced her to as she would be like her mother, which her mother's got her life together, so she's a terrific person. She just had a bad patch. So I want to say that too. So from there, she enraged me more by calling her mother, who at that time for a huge amount of years wasn't in her life. When I got Gigi, my youngest daughter, she was 6 years old. So I taught her how to walk. I taught her how to potty train. Like, I literally used to go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet like a woman, and use the fucking bathroom. Like, this the relationship that I had with my daughter. You get what I'm saying? And I don't give a fuck what nobody think about that. So, you know, holding a bottle, her first words, like all those things, I was a part of that. So with her speaking to me in that manner, in a disrespect manner, it put me in an outrage. And when her saying she calling her mama, she gonna go live with her mama, you know, that put me in an outrage. So at that moment, I did something unthinkable. I took all her clothes from her. I took her iPhone from her. I took everything that I felt that would hurt her. I took that from her. I took that from her. And I let her leave out of my house barely with anything on. And I'm a real piece of shit for that. A real piece of shit. And I'm not proud of what I'm saying, but this is the truth. So my baby, 16 years old, she leaves my house, but before she left, she said something to me. Because I told her, you ain't going to be shit. You're going to be just like your raggedy ass mammy. And I should have never said no shit like that. My daughter stopped. She turned around. And she looked at me with the boldest eyes I've ever seen in my life. But only one other time, and that's with my mother. I saw my mother's face. And she told me without flinching, she told me, she didn't even say daddy. She said, I am going to be somebody. I am going to have my baby. And you're going to be by yourself, alone. You can have all this shit. And slam my goddamn door. Now, any other time, I'd be hauling ass, like, but it hit me so hard, it hit me in my soul. It's like when she closed the door, like my house echoed. I had a nice side house, but it ain't never echoed like that. That shit echoed. And I was just stuck there. And we didn't speak. I check on her through her mom and shit, but it was different. I was in the house by myself, still running the streets. And then 4 months later, what I'm finna show you, this is what happened to me. 4 months later, we're gonna go to it.
An Orange County man is behind bars tonight accused of manufacturing his own pain pills and club drugs.
We told you about Trevino Gray's suspected operation at his West Orange County home on Eyewitness News at 4. Channel 9's Jeff Deal is there now live, and Jeff, federal investigators are going after him for a major fraud case, too.
That's right. They think he stole the identities of Sam's Club's customers and then went on spending sprees at Sam's Clubs and Walmart stores all across Central Florida. Local investigators, though, think his drug operation was centered right here inside his Orange County home. In his YouTube rap videos, he goes by the name Vino. But Trevino Gray, according to MBI investigators, may have been making his money manufacturing his own version of prescription pills and club drugs.
Nowadays, it's rare, basically because most people were out doctor shopping and getting the prescription pills and those type things.
But when they served a search warrant inside his home, they found pills and 2 different types of pill pressers. Investigators say he told a confidential informant using that equipment he could manufacture 1,000 pills in just 8 minutes. But we've learned that isn't the only criminal activity Gray is suspected of having a hand in. Federal investigators say he took part in a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme targeting Sam's Club customers. They allege Gray and others used fake IDs to get duplicates of customers' Sam's Club credit cards, then went on shopping sprees at Sam's Clubs and Walmarts across Central Florida. Gray is accused of using accounts of 23 different people to buy more than $380,000 worth of stuff. Neighbors say they had no idea anything illegal was going on.
That was very frightening because they didn't know what was going on.
Or that their neighbor had a growing rap sheet to go along with his rap music. And Gray got out of federal prison back in 2008 after spending 3 years behind bars for his role in a fraud case, a credit card fraud case. If he gets out of jail on these drug charges, he has a federal hold for the new fraud case. Reporting live in West Orange County, Jeff Deal, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
So y'all saw that? Yeah. I'm in some shit now. Some real shit. I've been to prison before, as they said, for fraud, which that wasn't really shit. Because when I committed the fraud, I committed it back in 2003. Y'all niggas wasn't on that shit. You know what I mean? I became a millionaire back in 2003. Back when white boys and punks was doing the shit. I was one of the first, street niggas to catch wind and really take how I hustled dope in the streets to the fraud game. So you can imagine what I was able to accomplish and lose. Meanwhile, I'm in some shit. So they hit me with 2 pill pressers. I don't know how many pills that I had in there. The ones they showed on the news, that's all that they probably could gather, because when they hit my house, so the person who set me up, he told me it's coming by at 1:30. He called me at 1:10 and said he'd be right there. He said, leave the gate open. I said, no problem, because I had a gate in front of my door, my patio and shit. I left it open. I had the pill pressers like a dumbass in the front kitchen, pressing the pills, right? He wanted 2 tanks. That's 2,000 pills for you niggas that's on fucking Mars. He wanted them bitches dirty Diana, like them bitches dirty. They not dummies. So I'm pressing. Real dummies. Real dirty Dianas with heroin in them. You feel what I'm saying? And a buffer, which I ain't gonna go into all that. And I can speak all this shit because it's in my case. So I hear a knock real light like this. Like it wasn't hard or nothing like that. You feel me? Let me put my phone on silent. So I go to the door. I'm finna get ready to hit the door. Unlock the door, just turn my back and let this nigga in because I know it's him. But for some reason, something told me to look on top of the stained glass of the door. And when I looked up on the stained glass, I seen the SWAT team right there at the door with the shield. I seen like a tank type of some shit in my front yard with a thing that hit my door. So when I looked up and I seen that, before I unlocked it, I said, oh shit. Like I remember it like yesterday. I said, oh shit. And then all I heard was, NBI, open the door. And they just hit that bitch. They hit the bitch so hard. The fucking door hit me. Knocked my ass down. I was like by 2:30. I was in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So it hit me. Okay, no, backtrack. I looked up, I said, oh shit. I turned to the kitchen. I hit the bowl that had all the pills. I just swatted that shit. Do not ask me why I did that. I like reached in, hit that shit, turn around, and by that time they hit the door and the door hit me. And it knocked me down. Cause I fell face forward, the back hit me from my back. Cause I was trying to run to make it in my back room and then go through my double doors, and I was gonna jump through the screen and jump across a Washer road and hit it. Fuck that, we'll figure the rest of this shit out later, my nigga. This shit funky right now. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit, there's some real shit going on in this house. So, you know, they hit me and God take the breath out of my motherfucking body right now, dog. They had all them big ass motherfucking guns in my goddamn face with fucking red lights and shit. And all I said was, don't shoot, I'm non-violent. Don't shoot, I'm non-violent. Like, that's what I said. That shit came out. Don't ask me why the fuck that shit came out. It came out. And I don't give a fuck what a nigga think. The pill press is still going. Till it ain't nothing in there. Where that bitch hitting metal. Bing, 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 bing. Man, them motherfucking white folks came and I seen that shit like that. I could see them smiling under their motherfucking mask, nigga. Like, nigga, home. Motherfucking run. You dig? Like, this shit over. Like, this shit is over. They in the house. They zip tie me and shit. They take my ass to jail. Orange County come. Officer, take my ass to jail. They put what is called a Nibia hold on me. My bond was only $50,000, which ain't a problem to get out. That ain't number $5 grand. But any nigga that had a Nibia hold on them, they'll know, they'll be able to understand what I'm saying. The only way that you can get out with a Nibia hold is you have to go in front of a judge. That means you got to pay an attorney, which I had retained private counsel by Victor O'Mead. Good ass Jew. And that ain't no slanderous way. Fuck with him. I had my Nibia hold hearing. I had my brother and I had my girl at the time. In the Nibia hold hearing, they wanted to have proof where the money is coming from. So it's got to come, like, you got to show that it's been in your savings or checking account for like 3-4 months. You gotta show that it's like you just won the lottery or some shit, or you just went to Hard Rock and you got a receipt for that shit, or you just got your taxes or some shit. Like, you gotta explain where that shit came from. You got a loan from the bank. Like, you gotta explain where that shit come from. Man, my brother work at fucking U-Haul part-time, like, making maybe 200, 240 every 2 weeks, like, type of shit. Because he just needed something to pay his child support, because he was straight. He got his money how he got his money. So he ain't had no way of proving shit. But we tried it. They wasn't hearing that shit. No bond. The nibby hole still on me. So I couldn't get out that bitch. Then I see this shit. I called my daughter, my oldest daughter. And she was at work. She was like, everybody know. I'm like, what you mean everybody know? She's like, you ain't seen this on the news. She started crying. I'm like, damn, baby. So I wasn't watching TV, and I don't be on that fuck shit watching TV. And then nigga tell you that when I've been near time, I watch TV for a couple things. I watch motherfucking Empire. I watch motherfucking the track and field sports, and I watch motherfucking football. And I don't watch shit else. You know what I'm saying? I was too busy reading and shit. I ain't give a fuck what I read. I just wanted to read. And I ain't read fiction. Everything I read was non-fiction. Because if I can't learn from it and grow for it, then fuck it. And that's why everything I got to give you in my content got to be real. Ain't gonna sell you no dreams. So, getting back to this shit, because I'll get off track, because I be smoking and shit. So, getting back to it, you know, I know they got me dead to the motherfucking right. Ain't no way around this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, how I'm thinking is, I'm going to have to take this shit to trial and try to come back on appeal on somewhere they fuck up. I know it's going to take some time, but that's the only option I had of trying to get back free. You know what I'm saying? Victor Meade reached out to me, told me the NBA wanted to talk to me. And I told him I couldn't do it. And the reason why I couldn't do it is because I have 5 beautiful daughters that are all of like real, you know, age, except for 2 of them. I'm sorry. 3 of them are like grown, pretty much. 2 of them, they babies. And I got 3 sons. And if I knew that if I went in there and I went to running my mouth, I knew that all my kids would be killed. I can say that straightforward. Like, I know they'll kill my kids. And I know niggas out there work, they move and shit like that. Everybody's situation is different, but I'm just talking about me. I know they'll kill my kids. Yo, all 8 of them. And probably their mamas. That's the price you pay when you roll hard. I ain't never been no nigga to try to be on the scene. There ain't too many times you gonna say you seen me in the club buying sections and shit like that. I just know the niggas that own the sections. That's the kind of nigga I am. I'm tight with your favorite promoter. Far as that old money, yeah. And it ain't a city I can't roll in and do what I need to do. Cause I always keep it smooth. You know what I mean? I ain't no gangster, but I do gangster shit. You know what I mean? Let me explain that to you again. I ain't no gangster, but I do gangster shit. You feel me? There's niggas out there that'll come get you, dog, for about $1,500. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get special on the shit, you know, make a whole mess. 10 racks to get a whole mess. You know what I'm saying? Leave you around to really think about shit. But go ahead, mess all this shit up. Let this nigga feel how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And real niggas know this. And you lames, y'all like, oh my God. Yeah, when you in that type of water, yeah, it's everybody got a service. You know? When I was doing with the fraud, you know what I'm saying? I mingle with dope dealers and niggas that's in the shit. So they got a service. So we, a lot of times, barter system, niggas trade for shit. You know what I mean? Niggas become friends. And you start knowing each other, family and shit. You can't go and switch out on that shit. Can't do that. So, you know, my only option is take it to trial. Hopefully they fuck up. Because I know how to elbow. So I knew I got my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna be in this motherfucking law library like Perry motherfucking Mason or Matlock. And I'm finna motherfucking get in. Bitch, I'm finna get out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got the last of me. Y'all done shame me all on motherfucking TV. Bitch, I'm gonna come back. Like I had a vendetta, so that was the only way. But Victor Meade came to me. He was like, hey, they're offering you 25 years. I think that's a good deal. You'll get out, you'll be an old man, but you'll still have some years left. You'll still have about, 10, 15 years left of your life. And I just looked at him like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. No, I'm going to trial. He's like, you gonna lose, you gonna lose. So, nah. So I'm in the county jail and shit, sitting in that bullshit. Can't get out. The whole city know who the nigga was, who did it. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all go and pay this nigga money for a versus. But, cool. So long story short, I'm sitting in there, riding out and shit. Then I get a letter, so I thought. It didn't say who it was from, it just said it was to me. I opened it up, it wasn't no letter. It wasn't nothing in there. It was a picture. It was a picture of my daughter with her graduation gown on from Evans High School, holding my grandson that I cowardly wanted her to kill. There was no letter on there. I turned it on the back. It said, Daddy, I told you I'd do it. It hit. That shit hit hard. That shit hit hard, boy. That shit hit hard, my nigga. Like, all that, you the man shit, all that ego, all that shit was, nah. That shit was over. And so, then I started really, thinking about, I'm finna do life. I'm finna get a life sentence. I'm like, you know what I'm saying, Swaz? I'm just like, I'm looking at it like it's a day and a wake up type of shit, nigga. That's how arrogant I was. Ego, edging God out. I took God out of everything and thought I was God. You know what I'm saying? Like some real shit.
Jeez.
And so, That's when I said I don't want to live no more. I want to kill myself. I was in the Horizon building on the second floor, I believe. Yeah, I was on the second floor. I was a trustee too. Like I did like the little trays, hand out the little trays and shit like that. I only did that so my door can stay open all the time. Because when I was in the county jail, I used to write a Bible verse. I used to pick a Bible verse out of Proverbs. Whatever the day's date was, that was the verse that I would pick, and I would just take like a verse out of there, and I would write it down 32 times so I could slide it under 32 cells. That's what I would do. So me being a trustee, that allowed me to do it. At first, I stopped one time, and then niggas started like beating on the door, getting mad that I wasn't doing that shit. So I started back doing it again. I realized that shit was helping niggas and shit. Don't ask me why I was doing it. I was just doing it past time. Ain't nigga that tell you that locked up in there tell you I did that shit. And I ain't ashamed of that. So I felt low, real low, to the point where I felt like I was worth more dead than alive. Like I embarrassed my family. I disrespected my family. I embarrassed my kids. I disrespected my kids. I hurt all my baby moms. I disrespected them. I mistreated them. And I left them all out here to defend for themselves, because I was only with one of them. But the others, like, we was all cool. Like, they need some money or whatever. Like, it was nothing. There was never no fucking thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Just my last baby mom, we be on and off. You feel what I'm saying, Sposs? Like, we be good 2 months, then she fucking somebody, I'm fucking somebody type of shit. You know what I mean? That's like kind of shit it was. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
So from there, yeah, I wanted to end myself. I wanted to die. Like, I kind of like got excited about the shit. So what I started doing was, I had everybody thinking I was fasting for 30 days and shit. So I wasn't eating none of my food and shit. But because if you go not eating, like on hunger strike, they'll put you on suicide watch. Lock your ass up, make force feed you type of shit. They ain't gonna let you down on their watch. So I had to be smooth about it. So I just knew that after 10:30, you come out for 4 o'clock, you come out for 10:30. After 10:30, they do count, like I think 2 o'clock or some 3 o'clock, something like that in the morning. But you in the bed asleep, they just shine the light in your cell. So I knew at 10:30, that's when I could kill myself. So I went to trading all my food to this old man for his pain pills. And I knew if I stacked up a whole enough to where I got like about 6 of them, because he got 2 a day. You know what I mean? I get 6 of them, shit, I'm good. I take all 6 of them, bitch, I'm out of here. Just go to sleep and don't wake up. And EOS up out that bitch, you get what I'm saying? Straight up. So I was doing that shit, saving that shit and everything. And then, you know, meanwhile, my victim me came back to me again, talking about the 25 years. The 25 years. I'm like, man, fuck no. Like, we going to trial. That's it. You getting paid. Going to motherfucking trial. But you can't win. You can't win. But I'm just telling myself, no, this is my only way out. I gotta motherfucking go to trial, lose, and come back on the appeal, study my own fucking case, and free my motherfucking self. I got myself in this bitch, I'ma get myself out. That's what I motherfucking thought, you dig? And so, shit, you know, I finally got enough pills. That night, I'm excited. You know what I mean? I ain't even talked to the kids or nothing. I wrote a letter, you know what I mean, that they can find, get to my kids, whatnot. So, fuck around. That night, when I get ready to do it, 10:30 count, we all come out. I'm in cell 13, the number 13 out of all numbers. I'm in cell 13 by myself. Come out, right? Bam. It's legit in cell 1. Legit in cell 1. Legit in cell 1 just caught an elbow. And what happened was his two homeboys or two cousins or whatever, they was going around breaking in people's houses, but they kick in the front door. You know what I'm saying? Now, anybody that know a little bit about law, if you break in somebody's house, you got to go through a window or a sliding glass or some shit. You can't show forcible entry through the front door. That's a home invasion. But luckily, they was getting away with that shit because they wasn't getting caught. There wasn't nobody in the house. So this particular time, they kicked the fucking front door in, thinking ain't nobody in that bitch. And there's an old lady in that bitch. So they run in now, they see the old lady scream, they run back out. They run back, get in the car. Lady get the tag number, however the fuck, they end up catching all of them. They end up catching all of them. The two boys that went to go kick the door in, they rolled on the dude that was driving the car. Which they always been to juvie and shit like that. This is his first time. They roll on him. They get him an elbow. A life sentence. So that night, you know what I mean? He had too much. When they called count, he ran out of that bitch cell 1, ran up the motherfucking stairs, got to the fucking top, turned around, and did like this, and went to fall over. When they went to fall over, nigga upstairs, Lucky reached over there and grabbed that nigga. Grabbed his ass. Grabbed him so hard it fucked his shoulder up. Not dislocated it, but it fucked him up. Everybody on the bottom, everybody come running like, no, Jit, don't do it. Because motherfuckers was jumping off that bitch, falling on their head, killing themselves. That's the type of shit that's going on in this motherfucker. So, fuck what they talking about. So, everybody running, you know, to try to like get him down and shit. Me, I was still stuck in my cell just looking him dead in his eyes. Dead in his eyes, my nigga. And all he kept saying, he was just crying like a baby. He didn't give a fuck who saw it. He just crying like a baby, and he said, God, you gotta show me something. God, you gotta show me something. I don't want to die here. I don't want to die here. And he was just crying. He did. He was crying. They lowered him down. They took him wherever the fuck they took him. After they finished count, you know what I mean? I went into my cell. And I don't know what came over me. I had enough. A close friend of mine set me up, put me in here. I lost my mama house. I'm losing my house. I lost my car. I lost my lady. And then I lost my mind in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? This shit is heavy on me, my nigga. And then my daughter sent me that picture. I really felt like a real loser. I went in my cell. And I just fell on my knees. And I just started crying. I ain't care who heard me or none of that shit, you know what I mean? I just cried. I cried for everything. Cried for my mama dying. I cried for my grandma dying. My Uncle Rodney getting killed, like I cried, you know what I'm saying? And I talked to God. I told God that I deserve to be here. But I don't feel that I deserve to die here. You know what I'm saying? And I believed it in my heart. And I told God that if you give me one more chance, I promise I'll never come back. And I'll make sure that everybody know that you're the reason why I'm here, why I'm free. And then I just fell down on all fours, and it's like I threw up like something, like some air. This shit is wild as fuck. Like I just threw up like air, and then after that, I kind of got myself together. It took a minute, you know, because I'm crying and shit. I go out, take no pills. I flushed all them bitches. I got my bunk, and I just balled up and went to bed. Now, you know, about a week then passed or so. You know, I'm in zombie land basically. Like I'm not letting people know that in there, cause you can't be on that type of shit, cause niggas will try you. But I'm in zombie land basically in my own head, and so they call Gray attorney visit. So I go up there, and I go up there, and it's my attorney, Victor Meade. He got old Kool-Aid smile again, looking at me. I'm just like, I'm over this shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what he got to fuck tell me. We going to trial, bitch. So I walk over to him, and he say, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm all right, what's up? He's like, sit down, I'm gonna talk to you. I said, look, man, ain't no need of me sitting down. None of this shit costs me money. Like, I ain't got money. You trying to use all my money, or a little bit of money that I got my peoples and my cousin and my daughter and my brother all contributing to try to help me get my black ass out this bitch. And they all know I'm gonna lose, so they know they just throwing money away to your ass. You know what I'm saying? So like, the fuck you want to talk about? And he was like, calm down, just sit down. I'll sit down. He got a folder. He gonna slide over. I said, man, don't slide me shit. I'm not doing no 25 years. I'm not doing no 15. I'm not doing no motherfucking 10. I'm going to motherfucking trial. We already said that. He said, Trevino, will you please look at the papers that I'm showing you? Well, he's like, presenting you. So I open this shit up. Now, mind you, my first time that I went to prison was for fraud. This is my first time ever catching a dope case. I done went 39 years of my life and never caught a motherfucking dope case, nigga. That's how light-footed I was moving around you niggas. Y'all was robbing him, you supposed to be robbing me, bitch. But nah, I work a job. Nah, I ain't on that shit. But, so, I look at that, flip that bitch on, that bitch say, in the left corner, that bitch say FDLE. In big letters, like it's all, so that bitch like it's a sign or some shit. So anyway, I fuck around and I'm looking at it. And the shit got all these narcotics, you know what I'm saying? List down that bitch with percentages. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm looking at all this shit, all these shit saying 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm like looking at him, and then the Kool-Aid smile come on. This when the shit get real extra thick. So I'm like, what is this I'm looking at? He say, you know what that is? I'm like, no, what is this? He say, this your toxicology. You know what I'm saying? This all the shit that they got in the house as evidence. All the shit say 0. Now I told y'all I was making dirty Dianas. I wasn't making dummies. That's what I thought I was making. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like the nigga who I normally used to get my heroin from. And if he see this, he can concur. You know what I'm saying? I was coming to get more than I normally get because I had to make 2,000 of these motherfuckers. Which that's what this nigga wanted. So the bus would be real good. Me not knowing, like a dumbass. So he was like, yo, he ain't got it all. He was like, he put me on to somebody who got it. So I went to them to go get it. Nah, I ain't no motherfucking drug user or nothing like that. I don't be testing this shit. I just take a nigga for square face. And a nigga tell you that I ever bought drugs from, I ain't never tried it, tested it, or nothing. I just get it and go. If that shit ain't no good, then I don't fuck with you no more. And like I said, I'm not a gangster. I just do gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? So just know that. So an eye for an eye. This bitch say every narcotic 0, 0, 0, 0. So I look at my lawyer, you know, and that's when he had the Kool-Aid smile. And that's when he knew. Like, I even thought that I had drugs in the motherfucking pills. So I said, what does this mean? He says that means that they don't have nothing. And he told us straight up, because they already investigated how I got the pill pressers. I bought the pill pressers like legit. I paid for them legit. I ain't used no fake credit card or nothing. I bought them bitches legit off of eBay. So that was no crime. To buy a pill presser is not illegal. It's what you do with the instrument is what makes it an illegal instrument. Like, you could buy a brick presser and press bricks of sugar. That don't make it a crime. But if you press bricks with sugar and cocaine together, yeah, nah, it's a fucking crime. You know what I mean? It's like a gun. It's not illegal to have a gun, but it's illegal to kill a bitch with it. That type of shit. So, bam. He like, I'm already on it. I already put in to have your charges dismissed. And we need to be talking about a lawsuit. He's like, he know a good lawyer and everything for me and shit. So, bam. I'm excited as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, my whole life has just changed instantly after I literally surrendered my heart and my soul to God, our Savior. Instantly. Faith. Faith, my nigga. So what they did is the charges got dropped, but then they came back with the initial evidence that they used as a search warrant to go in my house, which was 50 pills that I had gave my so-called partner. And in those pills, they did have heroin, and the pills weighed all together, total weight 4.76 grams, which for a trafficking is 4.5 grams. So they got a trafficking. So it dropped down though, because the dope percentage was at the minimum. So because it was my first time, you know, being convicted of a drug case, a drug crime, I qualified for the mandatory minimum, which was 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And then the federal shit was 5 years. So I had them blanketed on top of each other. So I did them 3 years and did them last 2 in the feds, and here I am. Free. Can go wherever I want to. Do whatever I want. Because of faith, I'm here. See, that whole time when I kept saying I'm going to go to trial no matter what, that was God talking to me. I just wasn't listening. Never give up on your faith. Trust your instincts. And trust God. I wanted to share that all with y'all. I'm the big homie. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope this story helps you in a way where you can understand faith a little bit more. Faith is hard. It's not going to be easy. Faith is a hard thing to have. But if you have faith, then you can be free like me. Free mentally. Free spiritually. God walks with me and he walks with you if you take this message and pass it on and help somebody. I don't care about your likes. I don't care about your comments. I don't care about your subscribing. All I care about is you sharing the fucking word, my nigga. And do something. Because at the end of the day, I'm the big homie Vino. And I'm just trying to save your fucking life. Enjoy.
An Orange County man is behind bars tonight accused of manufacturing his own pain pills and club drugs.
We told you about Trevino Gray's suspected operation at his West Orange County home on Eyewitness News at 4. Channel 9's Jeff Deal is there now live, and Jeff, federal investigators are going after him for a major fraud case, too.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain. The only thing that's real.
God, you gotta show me something. Too much weight on my shoulders. Mama raised no bitch. bitch. No, fuck the law, I'm a soldier. All I wanted in life was a big house, a couple cars, and a bad bitch. Fucking with the fuck, nigga. No, now I'm incarcerated. How can you do me like this? What? We supposed to be family. I'm rich and you rich. Yeah, I'm solid, but you snitch. Mama told me eat my veggies, trust nobody. If I drop a guard, you ain't a victim. You deserve what's coming. Shoulda heeded God's word, and you shoulda really listened. Should I kill myself? What? Should I kill myself? Why? They open 25 years. Lord, I need your help. My daughter pregnant and my son needs me. I'm a good man. God, please believe me. Give me another chance. I'm a changed man. Lord, I miss my family. What?
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real.
In his YouTube rap videos, he goes by the name Vino. But Trevino Gray, according to MBI investigators, may have been making his money manufacturing his own version of prescription pills and club drugs.